Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be taking a look at the latest OLED gaming monitor from LG UltraGear. This is a 27GR95QE aimed at both PC users and console gamers. Details are in the description below, including purchasing links. So this monitor has an awesome spec with a 27-inch 1440p QHD OLED screen, a borderless design, has a DisplayPort 1.4 connection, and supports HDMI 2.1, which is perfect for both the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and S. It has a lightning fast 0.03 millisecond G to G response time and supports a 240 Hertz refresh rate on a PC. So I'll be testing this out and seeing how good the picture quality is, doing some gaming on it with my PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and my gaming PC. I'll also be comparing it against my LG C1 OLED TV, and I'll also see how well it performs as a productivity monitor to give you an idea if it's worth buying or not. So let's begin by unboxing it and seeing what you get inside the packaging. But before I begin, drop me a comment, let me know which monitor you're currently using, and if you're new to the channel, hope you can support me by subscribing and hitting the bell icon to get notified of my next release. In the packaging, you get a box of accessories which has a HDMI 2.1 cable, a USB cable, a DisplayPort 1.4 cable, a power adapter, a power cable, a clip for the back of the monitor for cable management, a remote control, a battery for the remote, a small screwdriver that you'd use to add the battery into the remote, some manuals and user guides, the monitor arm and feet, and finally the monitor. On the back of the monitor, you have the VESA mounting point, which is 100 by 100 millimeters, allowing you to use different monitor arms or to even wall mount it. Attaching the monitor is really easy. You don't need any additional tools to put it together. You just place the monitor arm into position and lock it into place. Then you attach the feet and tighten the screw which is underneath. The stand can be easily removed from the monitor just by pressing down on this button and lifting away. The back of the monitor has a hexagon design which protrudes slightly. It has LED strips on either side and the UltraGear logo on the top, which has a purple fall-like texture to it. As this is an OLED panel, it's extremely thin, very much like the OLED TVs we've seen from LG. You have the ports towards the bottom of the monitor, which consist of two HDMI 2.1 ports, a DisplayPort 1.4, an optical audio output, one USB-B 3.0 upstream port, two USB-A 3.0 downstream ports, and a power input. Underneath the chin, you have a power button that also lets you change some basic settings. Behind there's a small LED which has the same color as the LEDs on the hexagons at the back. There's also a 4-pole headphone jack, meaning it can support sound and a microphone with virtual 3D sound, as it supports DTS Headphone X. Next to that, there's a Kensington locking point. The monitor arm is made of metal but covered in plastic, and the feet are made of metal. Both come in dark grey. There's an NVIDIA G-Sync sticker on the back of the stand, and on the feet you have LG on one side and UltraGear on the other. There's a clip you can attach to the back of the stand for cable management, helping to keep things nice and tidy. Coming around the front of the monitor, and it just looks stunning, with an almost black frame, ultra-thin bezel-less design on all sides, with a small chin underneath that has a purple foil-like finish. You can easily make adjustments to the monitor, as you can move it up and down, tilt it forwards and back, and it can even be rotated from landscape to portrait and swiveled left and right. The display measures 26.5 inches and has an OLED panel with a 1440p screen supporting a maximum resolution of 2560 by 1440 and has an aspect ratio of 16:9. It did surprise me that LG didn't go for a 4K resolution like with the GP950, but nevertheless the picture quality is awesome on here. I've added all the dimensions of the monitor on the screen to give you a better idea of the sizes on the monitor. The screen has an anti-glare coating which reduces reflection and glare, and in a brightly lit room the screen looks really good. Viewing angles are 178 degrees from all sides, looking really good with the picture quality not looking washed out in any way. Now I've connected up my monitor to my Xbox Series X with the resolution being 1440p, and in settings you can see everything is ticked except for Dolby Vision and Dolby Vision for gaming, meaning the games that support 120 Hz will be supported by the monitor with the added feature of variable refresh rate on the Xbox Series X, S, and PlayStation 5. Now, variable refresh rate is not supported on the PS5 when the resolution is 1440p, but what I found is that if you change the resolution to 4K, then VRR will work, as it will sample down the picture to 1440p and work perfectly at 120 Hz. Gaming on this monitor is just incredible and so smooth, with the 0.03 millisecond response time making this monitor so fast. The clarity levels are stunning, and it supports NVIDIA G-Sync and AMD FreeSync G-Sync Premium. Gameplay is awesome, with it being ultra smooth with no screen tearing or stuttering. I've been playing on the monitor for about a week now, and the fast response time is awesome, giving you the edge when gaming compared to a standard TV and a lot of gaming monitors out there. I've played a lot of games and they all looked incredible and played really smoothly, and with the OLED panel they just look stunning. Size wise, the monitor is perfect at 27 inches for its 1440p resolution, and it's ideal for FPS games. The picture quality on this monitor is excellent. Colors are vibrant and sharp with a color gamut of DCI P3 98.5%. The colors really do look incredible. As this is an OLED panel, you don't get any light bleed, plus with the self-lighting pixels you get inky blacks and a high contrast ratio of 1.5 million to 1, making those dark scenes look incredible. Playing on both my Xbox Series X and PS5, the picture quality looks amazing, looking perfect from all angles. It supports HDR10, which means that any games or any content that you display which supports it will look a lot better than in SDR. It has a peak brightness of 200 nits in SDR, which is a bit low, but in HDR you do get 1000 nits. And the performance is more than adequate when gaming in a bright room. The monitor has an anti-glare low reflection coating on the display, giving a matte finish unlike the glossy finish you get on an OLED TV. This helps reduce the screen reflections from ambient lighting, especially in very bright rooms. Even when I have the monitor next to a window, it's very usable, and in contrast, a standard OLED TV wouldn't be so great in a bright room, especially when there's light coming directly onto the screen, as it literally reflects like a mirror. There is some reflection on the screen, but it's not as bad as what you'd get on an OLED TV. The colors and picture quality are very good and really sharp, with it being much more usable in a bright environment. On the negative side, the anti-glare low reflection technology can reduce the color representation slightly on the display, and what this means is the colors wouldn't seem as good as what you'd see on an OLED TV where they literally pop out. So it would have been nice if there were two variants of this monitor where you could choose between either a matte or glossy screen, but playing games like Fortnite or Astro's Playroom where the colors are more vibrant, the screen does a really good job, and with the flicker-free panel, the monitor reduces eye strain. The monitor is not only great for gaming, but it's also perfect for productivity due to the excellent color and contrast levels, with decent sharpness, giving really good text clarity. It has a PPI of 110.8, which is not bad and more than adequate, but if you look closely, you can see some slight frigging around the text. But working at a normal distance away from the screen, it's not noticeable and still comfortable to work with. The monitor has a refresh rate of 240 Hertz, which you can utilize with a PC depending on the graphics card you have. But remember, if you use with a console like a PS5 or Xbox Series X or S, it will be limited to just 120 Hertz. With the DisplayPort 1.4, you can also get HDR, G-Sync and 10-bit color support, providing excellent picture quality. The LEDs at the back can't be controlled via software to sync with what's happening on the screen, which was possible on the GP950 when using with a PC, but you can change the colors via the OSD or even turn them off. Not a feature I generally use, but the monitor doesn't support picture-in-picture, and it's a shame there's no USB Type-C port or speakers, which personally I think should come as standard on all new monitors, especially in this price range. Taking a look at the settings and menus, this is controlled via a little power button under the monitor or via the remote that comes in the packaging, which makes things nice and convenient, allowing you to access the settings menu and optimize your display settings like the brightness, contrast, together with other various settings like seeing an FPS counter or crosshair. Then there's the game overlay that shows you what the game you're playing is running at. It has a very familiar interface which is available on most of the newer LG monitors. One of the biggest concerns with an OLED is a screen burn-in or image retention. This is where an image is permanently displayed onto the screen. For example, if you constantly had the same static window displayed on the screen, or if there were a logo in the corner, that logo could potentially burn in and remain even when you switch channels or change to a different source. To protect against this, the monitor does have some OLED care options. First of all, you have the screen move, which moves the screen slightly at regular intervals in 4 directions to prevent image sticking. You can also set 4 different modes for this, together with turning it off. Then there's the screensaver, which automatically turns off the screen when it's idle for a certain period. Next we have the image cleaning, which corrects screen problems that may occur when the monitor is turned on for a long period of time. And finally, there's a pixel cleaning option, which corrects pixel problems that may occur when the monitor is turned on for a long time. For instance, for more than 500 hours since the completion of the most recent pixel cleaning. Calibration of this takes more than 1 minute to complete, and as a minimum, LG recommends that the screen move and screensaver is turned on to prevent any image retention. And here's a brief comparison with an LG C1 OLED. With both screens off, you can see how glossy the C1 is with a mirror-like finish, whereas this 27-inch OLED, you can see a matte coating not giving off any reflections. The advantage of this is that it can be easily used in a bright room without any issues. And now showing a side-by-side comparison, both look great with inky blacks, but you can see the colors pop out more on the C1. So in summary, this is an awesome 27-inch 1440p OLED gaming monitor, giving an awesome gaming experience on both console and PC. Positives wise, the anti-glare low reflection panel is excellent, allowing you to use the monitor in bright rooms with minimal glare, which reduces eye strain. Then we have both the HDMI 2.1 ports and the DisplayPort 1.4 with a lightning fast 0.03 millisecond G2G response time, and it supports a 240 Hz refresh rate on a PC. I'd say this is primarily aimed at competitive PC gamers to give them the edge, which it definitely does, but it's more than adequate for console gamers. Negatives wise, the anti-glare low reflection technology can reduce the color representation slightly on the display, but not to the extent to make this a deal breaker. It would have been nice if it came with speakers and a Type-C port, and price wise it's not cheap, coming in at $999 when compared to a larger OLED TV, but this is primarily aimed at competitive PC gamers, so there's no comparison here, as this is optimized specifically for gaming. And it's a shame there aren't any other size options like a 32-inch or a 42-inch for example. So there you have it, you come to the end of another video, and I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below, including purchasing links. And let me know your thoughts on this monitor in the comments below. And for those of you who've got to the end of this video, please leave a comment with OLED 27, as it's nice to see who's got to the end of my video, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and Twitter. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be notified of my next release. Thanks for viewing and see you in the next one.